I took songs from the 70s that inspired me, from Shuggie Otis, who is a classic 70s artist, to duets with hip-hop artists Jay-Z, Sean Paul, Lil' Kim, to legendary people like Luther Vandross.
Among the artists used for initial inspiration for their first album, released in 1998 and called simply Destiny's Child, were the Isley Brothers, a one-time Tamla Motown act. Barry White, the king of bedroom soul and the heavyweight icon of the 70s soul scene, Al Green. By combining this rich source of material with the talents of top producers and singers such as Dwayne Wiggins, Jermaine Dupri and Wyclef Jean from the Fugees, the group could take the best of both worlds, the past and the present, while stamping their own individual approach on the marriage. For their first single, the girls wrote an instant classic, No No No, with Wyclef Jean helping out on vocals. To give an added boost to their profile, Columbia placed another track, Killing Time, on the soundtrack for the summer blockbuster movie Men in Black, starring Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. The film was a smash hit and introduced millions of moviegoers to the sounds of 4 16-year-old girls from a quiet suburb of Houston. To say all this was a good start is something of an understatement. The only sad note at the time concerned the death of Andretta Tillman, the girls' original mentor. Andretta died of cancer before the album was released. A dedication to their friend appeared on each of the group's first 3 albums. By the time their first album was released, the group had a platinum-selling single on their hands, with a dance remix rocking the clubs all over Europe. Their album would go on to sell 500,000 copies by June 1999. By achieving so much in so short a space of time, the girls had a lot to prove. In the 1990s, pop had split into so many factions that artists like Lauryn Hill or Janet Jackson could have huge hit albums one minute and then disappear from the charts as if they'd never been there at all. Following their initial success, the girls threw themselves back into their hectic work schedule. They embarked on a world tour, kicking off on April the 29th in Nashville, Tennessee. They also managed to find time to release a second single, Get on the Bus, featuring hip-hop star Timbaland. The song was featured in the movie Why Do Fools Fall in Love, gaining them yet more invaluable exposure. By the end of the year, they had won several prestigious awards, including 12th place in Billboard's Best Song of the Year poll. The girls had shown that hard work, dedication, and enough humility to learn from those around them could pay handsome dividends. Just how much of this success was down to the presence of Beyoncé in the group became clear when the group began writing songs for the second album. However, even at this stage, she was beginning to emerge as a natural leader. Destiny's Child's best songs had a tough, uncompromising stance that was conspicuously lacking in mainstream R&B at that time. It was unusual for groups like Destiny's Child to appeal to those who regarded themselves as having mature tastes. Yet writers for British newspapers such as The Guardian and the rock-orientated weekly music paper The New Musical Express, both of which could come across as being either elitist or snobbish, were praising the group highly. And in the months and years to come, the name Beyoncé Knowles would be given the greatest prominence within the group. With their second album, The Writings on the Wall, Destiny's Child began to show a more determined approach to the way in which the album was produced, with all the girls sharing writing credits and Beyoncé getting 6 production credits. This time, there were fewer high-profile collaborations, with Missy Elliott the best-known guest to appear. With its lyrical content firmly on the side of girls who take no nonsense from those around them, particularly the men in their lives, The Writings on the Wall's best songs celebrated women who reject the idea of being second best in their relationships. With songs like Bills, Bills, Bills and Confessions taking a swipe at men who sponge from their girlfriends or treat them well at the beginning but then take advantage as time goes on, Destiny's Child resisted the idea that love is a fairy tale. These were songs for real people who, in the words of the great Aretha Franklin, just wanted respect. Not much to ask, but still so hard to get.